This is Andrea McCormick, also known as Mrs. A to my smaller friends, and I am a theater and dance teacher at Solon Center for the Arts. I'm going to bring you some improvisational games. Short improv. Improv is pretty good for acting because you never know when you're going to make a mistake or forget a line or something happens on stage. You need to be able to think on your feet. Think quickly so that the audience doesn't know that you've made any mistakes. And these games will help you think fast. Make sure that you're not in your head thinking too long. Our first game today is called Questions Only. And that's just it. Questions only. Questions start with who, what, when, where, how, or why. Some questions start with are, do, is, or if. But most questions start who, what, when, where, how, and why. You never in this game want to make a statement being an answer to the question. For example, the right way to play would be like this. I'm going to play both people, person one and person two. Where are you going today? What do you mean? How am I supposed to know? Is it cold outside? Who said it was going to rain today? See how that works? I kept asking questions. The wrong way to do it would be, what time is it? It's about 4:30. That's a statement. You don't want to make any statements in this game because it's questions only. You can play with two people or more than two people, just jumping back and forth to who you would like to ask. Just make sure you're making eye contact so the person knows who you're asking. Our next game is called World's Worst. Now I'm sure you're thinking, why would I want to be the worst at something? It's just a silly way to play a game. Think about any occupations. An occupation is a job, by the way. An occupation that you can play and something somebody could do that would make them pretty bad at it. For example, if the occupation is world's worst basketball player, maybe the person doesn't know how to dribble. Maybe the person's playing basketball with a football. What? Those are all incorrect ways to play basketball. Now be sure when you're playing this game to pantomime, or mime if you will. Don't actually use balls in the house. I don't want you tearing up your parents' house. So think of all the occupations you can think of. Teacher, dancer, firefighter. And think of ways that these people could do something wrong that would probably make them the worst at their job. And that's the fun of it, making fun of something fun. Our last improvisational game, also known as improv, is called Alphabet. Now, alphabet goes like this. It is very similar to questions only, where you're going back and forth. This time, each sentence must start with the next letter in the alphabet. Say, for instance, you're doing this. Are you coming to the basketball game? But I can't. I have something to do. Couldn't you just cancel it? Don't you know I have this other thing that I can't cancel? Everyone's going. Why don't you just, try to make time? See what I did there? A was are you? B was but I. C was couldn't you? D was don't you. See? Keep going with each letter of the alphabet. Now in that case, I stayed in what's called a category, a subject, if you will. You don't necessarily have to stay in a subject unless you want the challenge of staying in a subject. You can also do that with questions only if you want that challenge in that game too. Extra challenge for alphabet. Start with a letter that is not A. Let's say you start with the letter L. Let me see, what can we do today? Maybe we could play some basketball. Nah, I don't like basketball. Oh, I thought you were on the basketball team. Pretty sure that I'm not. See how I did there? I started with L, went through M, N, O, P. And then you go all the way to Z, come back to A, and make your way through to the letter K, which is before L. See how it gets a little difficult there? Oh, my phone's ringing, so I gotta go. Make sure you try these out and record everything and let us know how you're doing. See ya!